All right, so today I am going to go over the 5 lessons that I wish I learned before I basically created and started selling my first digital products. Now, I feel like everyone online, they tell you to create these digital products and they're like, we're making so much money from these digital products, which is fine, but they don't really tell you about the other stuff that goes into creating a digital product. Like, you just can't create the digital product and it sells yourself, or it sells itself. So I'm going to give you, the 5 lessons I wish I knew. By the way, I also wanted to mention that the waitlist to my membership program, the Paid Creator Collective, is open. It is a membership program that shows you how to monetize your YouTube channel before you hit 4,000 watch time hours. I was able to do that, and now I show others how to do the same as well. There are a lot of amazing people in there. There's a group chat, and we do something basically every month to help you with that. So, the first lesson is don't fully create the digital product unless one, you're 100% sure that this is something your audience needs, and then also you will be okay with getting 0 sales when you first launch. And I say this especially for the small creators and people with small audiences, because most likely when you drop your first digital product, and this doesn't happen all the time, but you're not going to get sales right away. Like, it takes time. And then the second thing that comes with that is, also make sure that your idea has been validated and tested with your audience before you actually drop it. Like, sometimes we have these ideas in our heads and we're like, okay, I think this is a really good idea to do these digital products, and then you drop it and you find out that nobody actually wanted it. So, one, make sure you're 100% sure this is something your audience needs and that you will be okay with getting 0 sales when you first start. And then number two, make sure your idea has been validated. An example is with me, with my first digital product that I created, it was a video editing course. And I didn't have, I started creating this digital product when I had 31 subscribers. But I knew, since I was a video editor, that I wanted a course to have along with my services. So I knew that this is something, even though I had a small audience and I launched it to people, I knew even if they didn't buy it, I was like, okay, this is still going to serve me in the future because I'm a video editor, and, I need something to give to people if they need to learn how to do it themselves. And then the second way I did this with making sure your idea has been validated, with your audience before, when my video actually went viral a few months ago, and I kept getting hopping on these calls with people, and they were asking me all these questions about YouTube, and they're asking me, okay, can you do this for me? And they were my services were out of their price range. I needed to create something at a lower ticket price that they can get in, and I could help them. So that's where the membership program came from, Paid Creator Collective. I was like, okay, I want to be able to help people that need help getting started on YouTube, and I need it at a lower price range. So that's where the membership idea came from. And I actually did not start creating content for that membership until I validated it. So I launched it. When I launched it, I did the whole webinar launch and all that good stuff, did the email campaigns. And when I first did my webinar, only one person showed up, which was fine. And then after that, when I sent out my emails after the webinar, that is when one person bought it. And then I was like, man, I just did all this work to launch this digital product. And first of all, only one person showed up to the webinar, which I also streamed at the YouTube. So there were some other people on there as well. But I did all this work and only one person showed up to the webinar. Okay, fine, whatever. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to launch it I'm going to do it for like a whole week. And that brings me like into my second point. And that is like, don't be discouraged if no one buys the first day that you drop. And again, like I was saying, like when I dropped my membership program or when I did the webinar for that, only one person showed up. And then after that, one person bought, which is actually not typical because my audience at this time was very small and my email list was even smaller. Like it was like 200 people. So I was talking to my coach and she was like, okay, don't end it just yet. I know you're tired, but just wait until the end of the week. So I continued to like promote it throughout the week in my email list and on my channel. And then I got 5 people in. So with that being said, don't be discouraged if no one buys the first day when you drop the product. Like give it some time. And then this goes into the third sort of like lesson that I learned when I was dropping my first few digital products. And the third one is you're going to need a way for people to consistently have eyes on your product, or either you're going to have sort of like an open closed cart sort of like system, because with digital products, it's not just enough to just create the product. Like you have to market the product, you have to tell people about the product. And there's another thing that I didn't learn that I was learning last year when I had my business coach, and she was saying that there's a certain amount of people that even have to get on your landing page for the digital product in order for them to actually convert and to turn into buyers. Like there's conversions and there is numbers that people have sort of like already figured out. And basically you're going to need a way to get a lot of traffic to that digital product. So again, it's not enough to just create it. You have to figure out how you're going to plan to market it. You have to figure out how you're going to have eyeballs consistently on it. For me, in my membership program, what I do is I have an open and a closed cart launch. So that's basically I open it for like a week or so, and then I close it. And I do this for a few reasons. I do it, one, so I can focus on the people who just joined and I can give them like specialized attention. And then I also close it because I don't have to talk about it for the rest of the month if I don't want to, until I open it back up. And that's just really easy for me. So that's one of the ways I deal with, needing consistent eyeballs on the product, because you're going to need a lot more people than you actually think to actually go to the sales page when you create your digital product. So number 4 is to start building your email list now. So this is honestly where the majority of your sales is going to come from. It's going to come from your email list. So figure out how to do that now. So you can do this by creating lead magnets or freebies. You can do this by, I know when I have calls, I automatically put all the people who booked a call with me onto my email list. So there's systems and things that you can put in place to sort of start building your email list. And I'm actually putting my method on how I build my email list inside of my membership program early next month. So definitely join the wait list if you're wanting to start selling digital products or starting to make money from your YouTube channel. And then there's number 5. So number 5 is you don't need to overload your course or your digital product with content for it to be considered valuable. I know this is like a common mistake that a lot of first-time course creators and digital product people, they do when they first start creating. You don't need to overload it with tons of content. Usually when people are buying a course or they're buying an ebook or a membership program, they're buying that because they couldn't find the solution already, or because they're either overwhelmed with all of the information that they've been looking at online and they just want one simple answer to that one thing. So with that being said, you don't need to overload the digital product or the course with, you know, every single last thing that you know inside of your head. You just don't need to do that. So yeah, that was my 5 lessons I wish I learned before dropping my first digital product. Again, click the link in the description box to join the waitlist for my membership program. I basically teach creators how to monetize their channels before they hit 4,000 watch time hours, because as we know, that's going to take a while. That's why I'm on live every single day to get that up. But yeah, thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow.